Can we Good evening and welcome to this edition of Utah State Hockey, Game 2 of Military Appreciation Night. My name is Brian Kirk, and joining me tonight is Jacob. Jacob, I don't think I know your last name off the top of my head. Can you tell me what your last name is?
Jacob Pitcher with you here tonight in the Eccles. Going to be a really fun one here going up against UVU. Absolutely.
Utah State coming off of a loss against Weber State yesterday. Bit of a tough one. It's kind of hard. Weber State's been a very, very productive team this season, still managing to stay undefeated, and Utah State kind of felt the brunt of that one yesterday in their 5-1 loss against the Wildcats. I had a chance to talk with a couple players, did a couple interviews for a couple projects, and they're feeling a lot more confident tonight against these Wolverines. So, Jacob, what do you feel about Utah State coming into this game, coming off of a loss? What do you think they're going to have to do to find some success?
Yeah, Utah State coming off that big loss last night, and it's not just a loss for them. It's against Weber, in-state rival, somebody that they've thrown down with for the years past. So they've got a lot of fuel under them going into this one. Like you said, UVU not as strong as Weber. Weber undefeated this season, like you said as well. So Utah State trying to just come in here and do some damage, do what they like to do, get a good feeling really underneath them going into next week with the Beehive Classic.
Absolutely. As we stated, we have both teams coming out on the ice at the moment. We're going to talk a little bit more about tonight's Military Appreciation Night. Once again, Game 2. So we have a number of veterans in the crowd, some normal season ticket holders that are veterans. And Utah State likes to put on a show for them. In years past, they have custom jerseys with the names of some of their loved ones that have served. Jacob, do you have anyone in your life that has served, a grandfather, an uncle, anybody?
Yeah, my grandpa served in the U.S. Navy. Walter Christensen ended up as a captain, so he made his way pretty far through with the Navy, and I'm super honored and grateful for him and his sacrifices he's made and the man he is. And he's actually in Texas right now, so has a little bit warmer weather than we do up here. Hasn't actually probably ever been to a hockey game in his life, I'm sure. But I hope he knows that up here we're still rooting for him, and we thank him for his service all the way here in Utah.
Absolutely. Same thing with myself. I had a lot of military service in my family, my grandfather being the most prominent, my grandpa Stookie. He was part of the U.S. Air Force, U.S. Army Air Force at the time, and he was a Chinook crew chief, part of during the Vietnam War. He served quite a bit. He was a great man. And happy to honor him. I'm wearing some shoes that I painted that are reminiscent of him. And, yeah, it's really great. So we're going to go ahead and give you guys the starting lineups here real quick. Jacob, can you give us the starting lineup for Utah Valley?
Yes, in the goal, Hunter King and Meyer, Elliot Traub, Kian McDermott, Adam Weisenberry, Braden Murphy, and Braden Kalina as your right wing. We'll talk a little bit more about them here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So they're going to be doing a nice little special opening for the national anthem. We have a bunch of Boy Scouts kind of presenting the colors for everybody. So we're going to go ahead and keep the camera on them during this time. We'll give you the starting lineups here in just a moment for Utah State, but I think they're going to do the national anthem. Apologies, they were doing a moment of silence, and I spoke all the way through it.
It's okay. So, we have headsets on. It's hard to hear.
Absolutely. Let's give you those starting lineups for Utah State real quick, shall we? Starting at left defense, we have number 4, Logan Baum. Right side defense, number 5, Braden Mooney. Left side wing, number 11, Jared Duchess. Right side wing, number 24, Dylan Walton. Manning it up in the center is number 10, Ethan Saldana. And then manning it up in goal tonight is number 30, Cale Samuels. Samuels had himself a great night not too long ago where he was able to win in a penalty shootout against, I believe it was Montana State? No, not Montana State. That was against, can't remember off the top of my head. But it was a great game, fantastic. Always nice to see these players out there putting in their efforts, and especially on Military Appreciation Night, they have a big, humble side to themselves where they really want to put on a show for these veterans.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cale Samuels, had a chance to see him earlier today. He's fired up, ready to go. Again, this whole team really just trying to bounce back after that tough loss last night.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to go ahead and keep it here. We'll keep it here for the national anthem for Military Appreciation Night, but we're going to go quiet just for a minute for you guys while that national anthem is played for you. All right, welcome back, hockey fans. Once again, happy to have you here joining us here on Military Appreciation Night, Game 2 against Utah Valley. If you're in the chat, happy to have you, whether or not you're from Utah State or Utah Valley. Hockey is for everybody, and we're really excited to have you. One quick development I want to bring up. This doesn't necessarily apply to anyone that's listening on stream, but if you ever find yourselves here at the George S. Eccles Ice Arena watching Utah State play, and you want to hear our commentary in live person at real time as well, we actually have an AM radio frequency set up here within the George S. Eccles Ice Arena, and that would be 1620 AM. It's a new development here for the broadcast crew. We're really happy to bring it, and with the help of some great fans within the crowd, we're really, really proud to be able to present that for you guys. So if you're ever here, make sure you have yourselves an AM radio, and you can hear us do our commentary live. Usually on the YouTube streams, there's a slight delay in the actual play-by-play. So if you want to hear it live, in person, that's how you would do it, 1620 AM.
And as you just saw on your screen, we did have a ceremonial puck drop today. We didn't quite catch that name. We will try and get that for you in just a bit. But a ceremonial puck drop again for Veterans Day. And we thank everybody here in attendance, watching and listening, and all around our country for their great service to this nation. And Utah hockey also with them as well. So we are just about set to go underway. Again, high stakes between both sides here. UVU trying to pick up a win against the Aggies. Wasn't able to really last season get a W in the win column against the Aggies. The Aggies trying to bounce back after a tough one.
Definitely. They're feeling it as well. Like I said, I talked to a couple players, and they're pumped for tonight's game. Not to say anything about this Utah Valley club because we're happy to have them here, but USU's looking to come out and really make a dent as Utah State immediately comes away with that face-off right there, playing it in and going directly into the back netting there.
Count that as a first shot on goal. 6 seconds into this one.
Face-off coming to the left-hand side of Klingenmeyer's goal. Utah State in the ceremonial gray and blue with camouflage numbers, which is a little dangerous for us broadcasters because, you know, camouflage, you can't really see it. Shot, kind of fans on it. Unfortunately, we had a good chance there up in front of the net, but no one could get on the end of that one. Utah State trying to battle for this puck. It ends up at the stick of Baum. Plays it across, taking it and advancing across the blue line here, but picked his pocket. Utah Valley trying to get some possession going here. Can't quite do it. Utah State and Baum dumps it in behind the net. No one there to claim it. Utah Valley will build from the back, taking it across center ice. This is number 8. Dumping it behind the net, going for the, apologies on that. Dumping the puck back behind center net. They're going to have to reset their offense here. Utah State. And here's a good chance here on net. Shot. Goes into the back of the net, took a couple deflections.
I believe that was number 11, Jared Dutches with the goal there, and it was only a matter of time, only 60 seconds into this one, and that one bounces off a sliding Wolverine and then off the goalie and into the back of the net. Utah State up early here, 1-0.
You know that's exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to strike immediately, and like I said, it took a deflection off of 2 players, but still ended up in the back of the net. Very unfortunate for the Wolverines in that situation, but Utah State getting the early lead. Utah State trying to build once again out of the back. This will be Bogan taking it around the backside of the net. He's got some options, but he gets his pocket picked there by the Wolverines. Big hit. Coming onto the puck here, this is Reese Bynum. He just is going to slide it right through the 5-hole there of Klingenmeyer's goal. Boy, howdy, less than a minute and a half in.
Yeah, less than a minute and a half in. Utah State already picking up 2 goals, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's exactly what I was expecting to see here today from the Aggies. Like we said, coming off that pretty tough one yesterday and going up against a team that doesn't have quite the same skill set that we saw with Ogden up there.
Absolutely. Utah State, once again, getting on to the attack immediately, winning that faceoff. Taking it across center ice. Here's Freegang trying to make it past his defenseman. Does so, but the puck was just beyond. But Utah State will keep that one in play. No, they will not. They'll have to reset that offense. dumping it into the corner. Free Gang will make his advance. Pfeiffer gets on the end of it, playing it across. Shot, just wide. Utah Valley will recover, surveys their options, dumps it forward. Trying to get on the end of that one. That was number 13, couldn't quite get there. Utah State on the attack. Shot into the back of the net. That's Jackson Ferry on that one.
Jackson Ferry getting one as well. Man, I don't even know who scored our first 3 goals. We can go through it here in just a bit, but Jackson Ferry picking up that goal. And it's 3-0 here, less than 2 minutes in, and Utah State just
asserting their dominance.
Playing a lot faster. And this is getting ugly fast here, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0 here with 8:03 left to play.
Yeah, absolutely. These are the types of games where it's early excitement, but later on, once the goals start really piling up, it gets to be difficult. Here's Zach Pierce. He's going to look to try and build something. Pierce trying to connect. Manages to hold on to it. Great on the stick is Zach Pierce. Plays it over to Sanborn. Sanborn takes a shot. It takes a deflection off of a defenseman. Sanborn will recover. Plays it off to Ferry, the goal scorer. To Pierce. Pierce shoots, comes off of the chest of Klingenmeyer, and Utah Valley will build out of the back.
The Wolverines just not playing fast enough right now. I've seen Utah State play a lot of games, and they are not going their full speed right now, and they're still dominating this Wolverine team.
100%. Here's Jackson Ferry playing it across the crease. Shot by Pierce.
Ooh.
Blocked away. Great save there by Klingenmeyer. Played back. Here's Sanborn. Utah State continuing. Here's Ramsey. Plays it to Pierce. Pierce will take it behind the net, tries to get tricky with it, but it comes off of the skate of a Wolverine, and Utah Valley will try and recover it. Nope. Comes back to Utah State. Utah State on the attack again. Here is LaFontaine. LaFontaine takes a shot, and it goes right into the gut of Klingenmeyer. To keep you guys updated on those goal scorers, I believe it was number 11, Jared Duchess on the first goal. Second goal, I believe it was Reese Binen, and then Jackson Ferry on the most recent one. Apologies if you're having a little bit of white noise in the background. We have a lot of connections going on here, so we're hearing some interference in our headphones. So if that's what you're hearing as well, a little bit of extra contact, that's what you're experiencing most likely. That might be from the AM radio frequency that we have on board. Wolverines finally advancing into the offensive zone for themselves. Shot on net. Takes a deflection on the way through, ends up in the path of Kalina. Kalina takes that shot, but it comes off. Utah State advances. Here's Jack Wallace. Manages to keep everyone on side, plays it back, trying to find Pilgrim. Pilgrim was just beyond, but it was a good read there by Braden Murphy of Utah Valley. Utah State, once again, staying on the attack. This is Mooney. Mooney gets his pocket picked. Utah State really playing aggressive here, committing lots of numbers forward. Here's Baum. Dumps it to Teague Pilgrim. Pilgrim will advance and then retreat, taking it across center ice now. Loses the track of the puck, but he's able to pass it off to Wallace. Wallace likes to turn on the Jets here. He's kind of turned into a bit of a speed factor here with the absence of Luke Anderson at the moment. Utah State finding no purchase will play it back. Cale Samuels comes out of his crease finding Jack Wallace, but it was a bit of a mishap there, but some poor stick work there, and this puck ends up into the path of Tate Jensen. Big hit there by Tate Jensen up on the glass. Utah Valley trying to build something, can't quite do it. They're just being outpaced at the moment by Utah State.
Yeah, Braden Kalina taking that hit again. He's taken 2 hits already. I don't think the Aggies are targeting him by any extent, but he's getting beat up so far here early in this one.
Absolutely. Duchess proving that he's going to be a target here. Tries to get a shot off, but there's nothing there. Utah Valley will take it up into the offensive zone, trying to play it through, maybe catch Cale Samuels sleeping, but Samuels will shepherd that one up into the back netting.
Wolverines kind of playing a little bit out of sorts, to be honest with you. They're not really settling in very well, kind of just giving up those long-range shots, knowing that this Utah State team is just kind of overpowering them as of now. But they're playing a lot more physical, at least on that last sequence we saw here on the offensive end. And that's something they're trying to improve on here. But right now, 3-0. 15:03 left to play.
Absolutely. Definitely not where they want to be at the moment, being down 3 goals here. Face off to the right-hand side of Cale Samuels' net. Utah State comes away with it. Utah State advancing through the red line here at midpoint. This is Tate Jensen again. He'll take that shot, and it'll go right into the gut there of Klingenmeyer. Klingenmeyer, I think he's going to have quite the challenge ahead of him today.
He is having quite the challenge, but the defense is starting to step up a little bit. You're starting to see some bigger guys down there on the ice. Looks like, if I can pick up that number, it looks like number 27. Where are we? Ben Bellini. He's a big boy down there. He's going to give a little bit of physicality for the UVU side, so the Aggies need to respond to that, but they're doing really well so far.
Absolutely. Utah State lining up. This is Free Gang lining up across from his Wolverine counterpart. Can't see a name at the moment or a number. That's Henry Wadsworth lining up across from him. Utah State comes away with that one. Fans on the shot. Shot there by Free Gang. He got all of that one. Great save by Klingenmeyer.
Yeah, the Aggies kind of just going straight down the middle into that net. They need to start hitting some corners, going around the sides if they can't aim in low. They're going right at him. Klingenmeyer in warm-ups today, his team was just going kind of right at him. So he's seen a lot of those here, and I'm sure he's very comfortable with it, but they need to make him uncomfortable and find the net. That's what they've done for those first 3 goals.
Absolutely. Numbers will start to add up. You get shots on goal, and you just start finding nets. That shot ends up in the back of the net right there. That shot came from number 16. That's Owen Ramsey. Took the shot from distance.
Owen Ramsey far snipe through the legs of a UVU defender and then through the legs of Klingenmeyer into the back of the net, and that one just right through the 6 hole. Just closed his legs just a little too late, and the Aggies now have 4 up there on the board.
Yeah, it's going to be, unfortunately, it seems like it's going to be a bit of a long night here for Utah Valley, but Utah State, once again, trying to find that revenge from last night's loss against Weber State. ACHA rankings did come out recently, and Utah State did place in 4th place in the rankings, so they're pretty okay with that at the moment, but they still believe that they have plenty of space to grow. Utah State playing out of the back here. Samuels will come out of his crease. Bit of a tough situation there as Samuels kind of set himself up for failure in that situation. Utah State in the blue zone again. Here's Free Gang. Takes the shot across. Ooh, tried to find that cross crease pass there. Couldn't get on the end of it. There was a number 23. No, not 23. That was LaFontaine.
Yeah, Klingenmeyer not going post to post very quickly here. The Aggies had an open look, just unable to handle that puck.
Free Gang here will take that shot. Good save there by Klingenmeyer to put it wide. Utah State still on the attack, however. Picking his pocket are the Wolverines, and they're going to try and advance. They're going to play it slowly out of the back, however. Utah State putting up a lot of high pressure as Utah Valley takes it across center ice now. Snagged out of the air by Samuels. He'll elect to hold on to that. Occasionally he likes to drop that one and keep the play going.
If I'm the Wolverines here, I'm trying to work on the transition right now. That's the only thing they really have a chance at here with this Aggie defense. When they settle in, they don't get open looks. They have a bad pass. They give it up. On that opportunity where they had the puck, they should have just zoomed down the ice and tried to get an open look, but just not what they're doing so far. But this Aggie team can't keep up with the speed. It's kind of a wall that they're still trying to figure out how to climb, are the Wolverines.
Absolutely. Big hit there in the corner. Utah State will advance. Here's Zach Pierce. Plays it back. He might have had tried to find another man. He looked like he was going for Jackson Ferry, but it was just played a little too far ahead. There, same thing with that defensive play, and that'll be an easy icing call.
Yeah, Ben Friends on that big hit down there. He's the only one I'm seeing on this Wolverine side really kind of giving it some momentum right now. They're kind of stagnant, maybe almost a little afraid in that kind of sense of the Wolverines. But, again, Ben Friends playing hard already his first few minutes on the ice.
Absolutely. Sometimes, they say if you can't score, you got to really fill up in the other players. So if you can't be scoring, you got to match them physically.
Tried to get another big hit there, missed.
Here's Zach Pierce. Zach Pierce, captain of the squad. Shot. Woo. Great save there by Klingenmeyer. Klingenmeyer's got to get back, though. Good deflection there by the defenseman. Utah State will recover. Pierce plays it over to number 13. Nope, that's Sanborn. Baum will take that shot. Good deflection there by number 17. Howdy's Nell.
There's Friends again, laying the hits out. This Wolverine team starting to hit a little bit more than they have been.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to play physical. That was a big hit once again there. They're not
even playing the puck. They're not even playing the puck right now. They're just going after bodies.
Yeah, being down 4-0, it's kind of tough. Ferry trying to set up Pierce, it looks like, at the moment. Back to Ferry. Plays it back to his defenseman. Calling for it is Baum. Shot from distance. That'll end up safely into the hands of Klingenmeyer. Klingenmeyer celebrates on that save.
I mean, this defense is not making it easy on Klingenmeyer thus far. They're settling into that offensive zone. No resistance at all. I mean, they're getting some sticks on some ball. They're starting to lay out some hits. Alex Barnes delivering a few blows there in that sequence. But again, not making it easy on him, like you said, and they're not doing him any favors, just put it frankly.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Utah Valley coming on a bit of a rebuild season from what I understand. So you got to feel those growing pains, unfortunately. Utah State taking out of the back. That was Morris playing it forward, trying to find Gifford. Apologies, that's Morris again. The numbers are camouflage, the camouflage is working.
And UVU's got some small numbers, at least from what we can see on our jerseys.
Here's Pilgrim. Pilgrim trying to advance across center ice. He takes a big deflection off of his own stick. Ends up with big shot there. I believe that was Morris on that one.
Might have been Nolan Gifford there. Might have been number 12.
Just got to turn, bud.
Turn around.
Oh, that's 12. That's
yeah,
12.
Nolan Gifford, an absolute snipe, top right corner. Didn't even try to hand it off, and the Aggies aren't even shaking hands down the line. It's 5-0 here. Not even halfway through first period.
Yep, Utah Valley's going to elect to switch out goaltenders. We have Braden Baxter in goal now. Going to get some good reps in for them. And Klingenmeyer already showing a little bit of frustration on that one.
5-0 here. I mean, again, defensive side not doing him any favors thus far. And that puck will go out of play, but like you said, Baxter now in. And that just going back really quick to Nolan Gifford's shot there. An absolute snipe, top right corner, elevated it above the defender in front of him and still found the goal. That's a great shot by him. That's probably the best goal we've seen already out of these 5.
There was a lot of power behind that one for sure. Utah State will win that faceoff, dump it into the corner. Trying to go for the forecheck is Pilgrim. Utah Valley will build out of the back. That was Traub trying to find the stretch pass, but it ends up in the path of Pilgrim instead. Utah State trying their best to keep the pressure on, and that'll be an icing call. 11:22 left here in the first period. 5-0 is our scoreline.
Jack Wallace picking up the assist there on the Nolan Gifford goal. So a lot of points being spread out by the Aggies. We don't have the assist down, but we have our goal scorers down to an extent. And Utah State with all the momentum right now.
Utah State continuing to put on the pressure, and they had an open shot there in front of the crease. That was Saldana who couldn't get on the end of it. That was just a bit too crisp on the pass there. But Utah State not looking to hold any punches back. As Duchess, once again, trying to get into the mix. He's going to earn himself a couple more reps here. Duchess, one of the younger players on this squad. Happy to see him score tonight. Saldana plays that one out into the path of the Aggies. Continuing forward, this is Duchess losing track of the puck, and Utah Valley will have a 2v1 opportunity, but great defense there by LaFontaine as they're able to recover that one. Puck goes behind the net. No one there to claim it. Utah Valley takes a shot, and it's a good leg pad save there by Cale Samuels. Utah State advancing now. Here's Duchess again, turning on the Jets, trying to get around using his footwork. Can't quite get there. Utah Valley will advance the other way. Here is Traub. Makes it past one. Takes the shot, takes the deflection off of a defenseman, off of number 4. That's Logan Baum. Utah Valley continuing to get a little bit more offensive pressure here. Trying to play the cross crease pass, but Utah State commits the body down and is able to deflect that one away. Utah State advances. Around the backside of the net. Across the crease, no one's there to claim it. Utah Valley takes it across center ice, but the pass goes errant and ends up into the path of the Aggies once again.
Ooh.
Good possession work here. Baum to Bynan. Bynan plays it behind the net. Trying to find...
I think the Aggies are trying to just... Honestly, I don't even know if they're really exactly trying to score on these open looks so far.
Trying to find, maybe trying to find the right spot, trying to set up some good plays. Here's Baum. He plays that shot.
Ooh!
Bit of a shot there from Baum. I think he's trying to play it through the crease, and it takes a deflection and Baxter gets a glove on it, just enough time, and then the puck goes over the net.
Braden Kalina giving some big hits and chirping a little bit down here on the near side.
Utah State relentless on this right now. That was Free Gang right there with the shot. Finds the back of the net and knocks the bottle off.
Free Gang, good snipe off of the left side of that net, all the way into the back, and the Aggies had a lot of looks there in that last possession. Jackson Ferry, open shot right up the middle. Baxter not even set, and Free Gang, after a couple of minutes off the clock, still finds the back of the net.
6-0 is our score with just under 9 minutes to play in this first period. You got to wonder when enough is enough. I was talking to Titan Anderson, and they say they have a 7-goal rule that they're going to try and stick to. So, you know, Titan Anderson's going to get his wish tonight, I think. Utah Valley still going to try and play hard, maybe just for pride at this point, even though it's only the first period. But you still got to play hard. There's still 2 more periods to go. Utah State turns it up. Here's Sanborn. Takes it around the backside of the net, tries to play it through the crease there. Puck goes all the way back to Samuels. Samuels will reset the offense. Plays it forward to his defenseman. Stick of Bogan. Finds Jackson Ferry. Plays it across, trying to connect. Utah Valley coming the other way. Dumps it forward, and then it'll be caught by Samuels. Samuels elects to drop it and play it forward. But Utah Valley reads that one well. Continuing to fight, however, are the Aggies. Playing it out, finds the stick of Pierce, but he can't get on it. Utah State continuing the high line pressure here. There's Sanborn. He gets his pocket picked there by Utah Valley. Utah Valley trying to get some possession going. It's kind of hard right now when you don't have the help.
They're just a little slow with the puck, not able to really maintain that strong control over it, and that's the thing that's been their issue so far.
Big stretch pass here, finds Wallace. Wallace will take the shot.
Woo!
Comes off of Baxter. But Jackson Ferry continues to hold on to it, plays it back to Wallace. Gets around his first defender, takes a bit of a knock and falls to the ground. Otherwise, he might have had a good chance to have another play set up there. Utah State comes away with this puck. Ramsey turns it around. Finds the stretch pass to Pilgrim. Pilgrim. Oh, what a play there. I think that was to Duchess. Pilgrim setting up that inside crease pass to, nope, that was Gifford he set it up to.
That was a smooth behind the back pass straight to Gifford down the middle, just unable to get a full control on that puck and just kind of taps it up right into Baxter there. And the Wolverines survive another minute here in the barn.
Absolutely. It's a pretty good crowd here at the Eccles Ice Arena tonight. I'd say it's about 3/4 full. That's pretty good. Yesterday it was a pretty sold-out crowd, but those games against Weber State tend to be. And it's nice to see that they had a good show out here for Military Appreciation Night. Jack LaFontaine being pestered here by the Wolverines. Bit of a bad pass. Oh, but a good stick check there to keep that one from finding any danger.
The offsides here on the Aggies. A little bit of chirping from none other than the Wolverine side. Braxton Colina there. Actually, excuse me, that's another player.
Isaac Becerra, I think, on that one.
A little chippy from that side, but again, both sides still saying very sportsmanlike even with this score.
Absolutely. Utah State continues to build. Here's Ramsey. Ramsey gets it poked away by Howdy Snell. Apologies if I'm getting that name wrong. LaFontaine, good check there. Able to free up the puck for only a moment. But Utah State will recover. Good play there from Wallace to Pilgrim. Pilgrim takes it around the first guy. Shoots it and ends up in the back of the net.
What a move there!
Boy, Pilgrim takes it all the way there. He gets the initial pass from Wallace, and then he gets a nice little backhand wrist shot into the back of the net.
Pilgrim there, just a smooth motion there, finding the back of that net. And the Wolverines, they're lined up all the way back to their own blue line on defense. They're not even trying to go into the offensive zone with their team. They are dropping as far back as they can to try to minimize that exact thing. But Pilgrim just weaving around multiple defenders and finding the back of the net. that might be tied for maybe our best goal here tonight.
I would say so. Great effort there by, great team effort there by the Aggies. Dumping it forward. Samuels comes out of his net. Ends up in the path of the Wolverines. Here's going to be a chance. Shot. Ooh, just wide. Maybe took a deflection off Samuels. Unsure from our angle.
First test there for Samuels. Real test.
Utah Valley showing their first signs of life here. Getting that good shot off for the first one.
Ooh.
Saldana on the puck. Tries to play forward, but can't quite find Walton in that situation. Saldana very fast. Ends up in the path of Walton. Walton will dump it forward, trying to spring forward his teammates with Duchess, but no one was quite there to receive that one. Utah Valley, this is Traub. Dumps it forward. Can't keep a hold of it, however. Ends up in the path of the Aggies once again, and they will push it back. Duchess gets taken down right there. Trying to find the pass up to their defenseman, but it was a good read by by Braden Molina on that one. Puck dumped around the backside of the Wolverine net. Utah State makes it there first. This is Bynum.
Ooh, off the official.
Utah State's defenseman playing a bit high in the face-off circle. A couple extra guys here tonight. Bynum makes it past. Finds Pfeiffer. Good defense work here by the Wolverines.
Wolverines are, at this point, just going for body shots. We saw try to get a big hit right there, and not really playing the puck right now.
Free gang tries to set up Bynum, but good stick check there by the Wolverines to keep that one out. Offsides call. We'll bring that back into the neutral zone.
You know, even with all the big hits they're trying to lay, both sides staying very sportsmanlike here with a 7-0 score. And the Aggies not really lightening up as much as we thought they would. And I'm sure they're still, I mean, this game's kind of a slower paced game than what we've seen the Aggies play. They know kind of what the competition they have up in front of them are.
Absolutely. So after a while, it just becomes fundamental hockey, I think. After a while, you know, you get up a big lead like you do right now, and then it becomes practice in a way. Wolverines playing out of the back. Here's number 13. It's Elijah Rico. Dumps it forward. Connects. Good stretch pass there. Shot comes off the leg pads of Samuels. Shot coming from number 10, Isaac Becerra. Sanborn to Pierce. Pierce has options. He plays it over to Ferry. Ferry advances across the blue line. Back to Pierce. Ends up with Sanborn. Sanborn takes a shot. It comes off of the mask there of Baxter. Pierce again. Plays across the crease. Finds Sanborn. Ends up in the path of Ferry. Back to Pierce. Across to Sanborn. Back. Oh,
no, you're good.
Back to Ferry. Behind the net. Trying to set up. Takes the shot. Trying to set up what looks like Sanborn, who was right in front of the net, but it was a good read there by Baxter.
Wolverines just aren't attacking the puck as much as they should be in that defensive zone.
Absolutely. When they get those chances, they're not capitalizing when they have them.
Oh.
Bit of a chance there. Zach Pierce will recycle. Sanborn takes a hit. Ferry up against the wall. Finds Pierce. Pierce to Sanborn. Shot comes off of the chest of Baxter. Good defense.
Yeah, great job by Baxter there to go coast to coast there between the posts. There'll be no icing there on that call.
Utah State plays from the back. Good stretch pass. Finds Wallace. Wallace turns on the Jets. Tries to get there before Traub, but Traub beats him. But not before Wallace could really put some heat on it. Finds Pilgrim. Pilgrim's easy to see. He's got that nice little pink stick going on right now. I appreciate that. Here's Traub. Immediately being pressured by the Aggies. Man, this high line, you'd like to see that yesterday a bit more. Utah State playing a bit quicker than they were yesterday. Here's Wallace. Plays it for Pilgrim. He's going to have a chance on net here. Plays it off. Tries to find LaFontaine.
Oh, just left.
Bit of a mixer there. LaFontaine. Holds on to the puck. Leaves it for Ramsey. Ramsey takes the shot. Comes off the leg pads. Recycled by LaFontaine. Finds Pilgrim. Pilgrim tries to keep it alive. Manages to do so. Takes the shot. Snagged out of the air by Baxter.
Kind of like what I was mentioning there during that run through, this Wolverine defense is just not attacking the puck in that offensive defensive zone. They're sitting back there waiting on a shot for some reason, which is just not what you cannot let the Aggies get shots off. We've seen deflections already happen today, and they're not attacking the puck. They're making it really hard on Baxter. Not everybody can be the goalie. You have one goalie there. Go for the puck, attack the best you can. And that's the defensive problem right now for the Wolverines.
Absolutely. You don't want to be reactionary. Reactionary playing is not going to get you anywhere other than a deeper score line, unfortunately. Duchess plays it forward, finds Free Gang. Apologies, it's Saldana. Saldana gets on the end of it. Final minute of the first period here. Duchess, first goal scorer. Wolverines will come away with it. 50 seconds left on the clock. Baum can't get a control of that one, and Wolverines will have a chance here. Great defense by the Aggies to snuff that one out. Dumped behind the net. Samuels comes out of his net.
Samuels been out of his net a lot here today. Hasn't become much of an issue just yet. He's been able to get back.
But it's a risky endeavor when you do that. Shot come from the Utah Valley Wolverines, but it takes a deflection there off of Utah Valley. Here's going to be probably the final chance here. Oh, they're going to call him offsides. Just barely. That's an interesting call. It's all right. Up 7-0. I'll take an offsides call.
The only whistles we've seen here today are offsides and icing, so very clean game so far. No real penalties we've seen. And it's been a clean one and a fun one to see as well after a very physical game. I'm sure both sides are grateful for that.
Absolutely. Utah State builds out of the back. It's Bogan playing it forward for Pfeiffer. Shot by Free Gang that goes high and wide.
Free Gang already one goal.
Yeah, he's trying to add to his account tonight. Utah Valley, 5 seconds left on the clock. Utah State might have one more chance on this one.
What a move.
What a move.
Oh, just misses on the near side is Free Gang.
Wow, what a chance there. Using up every moment of that last second to get that chance off, but couldn't convert. Utah State will go into the locker room up 7-0 against Utah Valley.
Probably the best rebound period you can have coming off of last night's game. Again, you went up against an undefeated squad. You're going up against a team that hasn't had the same success as them, but still putting up 7 in the first half and, 5 of those in the first 10 minutes. It's a pretty impressive feat so far.
Absolutely. Well, that'll do us for this first period. Thank you once again for joining us. We'll be right back in a quick cut of the ice, but you are listening to Utah State Hockey on Military Appreciation Day. We'll be right back. Welcome back, hockey fans. Puck drop is just right around the corner here for period number 2. Military Appreciation Day, Game 2 against Utah Valley University. If you're just joining us, Utah State put the hurt on the Wolverines in the first period. They're definitely feeling themselves tonight. They put on 7 goals in the first period as they take the ice. Let's go over some of those goal scorers. Do you mind taking us through those, Jacob?
Yeah, Utah State getting 7 goals in the last period. Jared Dutchess picking up 1. Teague Pilgrim picking up 1 as well. Reese Byen picking up 1. Nolan Gifford picking up 1. Owen Ramsey picking up 1 as well. And then DJ Freegang picking up 1. And Jackson Ferry picking up 1 as well. DJ picking up that 1 goal yesterday for the Aggies against Weber State. And then it was so many goals, it was hard for us to get assists, but I have Jack Wallace down for an assist as well here today. But yeah, Aggies, this score could be so much worse. A lot of great open looks. Just haven't taken all of them of what they need. Yeah,
they had that really good chance right at the end to slot one home in the final second. I think it was Freegang once again getting on the end of it, maybe trying to play it across to Sam Pfeiffer, unsure at the moment. It was in the past, but Utah State's looking heavy, and they're definitely going to keep their foot on the pedal, I think, during this second period.
Yeah, trying to get that running clock here in the third, so probably going to do as best they can.
Absolutely. Jacob's going to go ahead and do play-by-play on this one for us, folks. Take it away.
Cool, sounds good. Wolverines win that face-off there. Bounce off of Samuels out to the right side. Wolverines keeping it in their offensive zone, are able. A lot of pressure from Weisenberg, laying a good hit there on the Aggies. Aggies still trying to get out of their offensive zone. Finally clears it out, still trying to retain possession. Oh, and the Wolverines get that right on their near side. Helena stuffed there against the wall.
Yeah, you got to wonder what that talk was in the locker room for this Wolverine squad.
Yeah, they're coming out a lot more physical so far, and the Aggies finally gain possession of the puck and are moving down. Great shot, far side. Oh, and little tangle up. And down goes Baxter, and he's back lined up. Almost a good look there.
Unfortunately, there was no one on that back post to finish that goal, but man, what a chance for the Aggies.
Great chance there. Mooney in with that tangle up. Almost had a good look on the goal for the Aggies. Aggies still trying to move it around. Little bit of miscommunication. Didn't know the puck was in their zone there. Far shot, just a bit long. Shot taken there by Bogan. Still tangled up here on the near side, up the middle. Shot, off the post there.
Great shot there by Freegang
Yeah,
to really just nails that post. Man, he had him dead to rights, though.
Yeah, right top corner, just barely hits it off the top there. As Bogan will swing that one all the way around. Little slap shot attempt there, not going anywhere, the Aggies. We're back behind the net now.
A little bit better here from Utah Valley, building out of the back with some good defensive work.
Yeah, Wolverines moving down the ice a lot better there, just unable to retain that possession. The Aggies cooking down their own way. Far side cross attempt, unable to get it. Bogan was there on that one. Playing a lot of ice time here on this line. Wolverines still trying to move, just unable to handle the puck through the Aggie defense. Aggies a little mishandle, get a stick on it, and we're back. Aggies trying to regain this possession, winning the battle there. Oh, nobody back. Shot blocked by the Aggies, and we go back down the ice here. Bogan. Shot there. Nobody there on the cross again. 2 missed crosses in a row. And the Aggies settle back now.
Yeah, they definitely need to have that communication a little bit better on that situation. It was a good chance there by Bynum to set up a good potential opportunity with that cross-crease pass, but yeah, no one there to clean it up.
Nobody there. Aggies still trying to retain possession. Little shot there, unable. That was Zach Pierce, it looked like, or Jackson Ferry, unable to tap that one in. The Aggies still trying to hang on to possession. LaFonte down the middle, trying to take it himself, and he lets that one soar. That puck will go out.
LaFontaine's not afraid to take those shots. He will snipe them from a distance. So not very surprised to see him kind of turn it on and take that shot, but there was, I don't know if it took a deflection. It didn't look like it took a deflection, but it went straight up into the back netting.
LaFontaine trying to get a goal on his stat sheet as well. 7 different Aggies taken up here today.
I'm liking these signs of life from Utah Valley, though. Once again, you know.
Oh, off the crossbar there, the Aggies.
Absolutely. Oh, here they come.
Wolverines cooking down the ice. Big open ice check. And they're fighting for it there. Laying that in was none other than LaFontaine. Big hit there on the Wolverines. And tangled up a little bit on that far side. And it goes out of the zone. Here we go down the ice. The Aggies cooking. Trying to get a look. LaFontaine cross. Nobody home. Wolverines read that like a book. And they are back down their other way. Good poke out there by the Wolverines. Swung around the outside by Rico. Straight down to Samuels. Samuels read that like a book as well. And trying to lay a hit there of the Wolverines. They get a little bit of a puck, but the Aggies retain that possession. Trying to gain more control.
You know, by this point, Utah State had scored, 3 goals at this point? So
yeah,
if there's any positives for Utah Valley, it's that they haven't conceded thus far in this second period.
Almost 5 minutes in here, the Aggies had 3 goals at this point last period. And the Wolverines looking a little bit stronger here in the second period.
Yeah, you got to wonder what the initial talk was coming in. What was the game plan? Maybe just slight adjustments. You know, the first you have those initial game nerves kind of setting in, and Utah State was able to capitalize on that heavily. And maybe in this second period, you know, you accept the fact, hey, we're down 7 goals. Just play hard and see what you can do. And I think it's working out well for them so far. I think if you take away the score and think of it as like hey, it's the second period. It's 0-0. Let's go back into this and see what we can do. Maybe that's the mentality these Wolverines are looking at.
That's the mentality they need right now, trying to just get some sort of point on the board, but the Aggies still cooking. LaFontaine down the ice, near side, cross, straight over into the back of the net is Utah State, and they get their first goal. Looks like that was number 16. We're going to give that to Owen Ramsey, his second of the night.
Yeah, great setup pass there by it was either LaFontaine or Ferry, and I can't quite tell because that 3 and the 8 are just too similar on those jerseys.
That was LaFontaine there, going to pick up the assist. Beautiful read, cross ice, sets them up perfect. Wolverines not back in time, and the Aggies get an easy goal on the board.
Absolutely, nothing a whole lot they could do. Baxter was just kind of dead to rights in that situation. He gets the bit of a juke there, and then he kind of commits to the save, but it was just an easy slide pass through.
Yeah, Baxter, backup goalie in now. Klingenmeyer, rough start, 5 goals in 10 minutes earlier in that first, and he was subbed out. But coming up here on 5, we'll see what UVU elects to do with their goalie rotation as the Aggies retain possession. A lot of physicality here, and the Aggies retain possession. Trying to find a look, nobody home, and Baxter eats that one up.
That was a great shot there by Ty Morris. Tries to get the backhand in there, but Baxter read that one pretty well. Comes off of the blocker pad. He just dives right on top of it.
Baxter, like you said, reading that well. Gifford trying to move the best he can down the ice with the team. And Ty Morris back as well. Wolverines trying to win this faceoff. The Aggies will retain possession here. Cross attempt blocked by the Wolverines. Slap shot. Ty Morris trying to find it, unable.
Another good shot. There just wasn't enough pepper on that one, I think, and Baxter was able to just kind of snag that one right out of the air.
Nolan Gifford in on the faceoff here, doing what he can to continue this Aggies, and he'll come off the ice here. Back out to Morris. Morris unable to handle it. Down the ice go the Wolverines. Trying to retain possession there, unable. Good clear out there by the Aggies to get back on that one. Still in their offensive zone. Wolverines just trying to get a stick to that puck. Long shot. Nobody home.
Really good initial chance there by Howdy Snell, who was able to set up that initial play, and they're still going. They're in their offensive zone.
Wolverines settling in well now on the offensive side. Big hit there. Staying physical as well. And the Aggies will try to move down the ice, but without not any pressure. And still unable to really come up with it cleanly now. The Aggies, both teams scraping here in the neutral zone for some possession time. Samuels will swing it around outside of his crease again. Cross-court pass. Cooking down the ice here are the Aggies. Wallace back there now. And the Wolverines will gain that possession.
Yeah, back to that Cale Samuels situation. He's getting a little too comfortable, I think, with this coming out of his net. I think that could be a potential bad thing if he continues to do that. All they have to do is kind of watch and read that just right, and Utah Valley could be on net.
Cale, very great goaltender here for the Aggies. The Aggies, two really great goaltenders. As LaFontaine swings it around, trying to find an open guy, finds one near side. Swings around behind the net, moving really slower both sides right now. LaFontaine back up top. Far side up the middle, tried to get a clearance, and almost swings around to his own guy there. Was UVU's number 5, Elliot Traub.
Yeah, that was really good there from Sam Pfeiffer, trying to get that cross-crease pass going. But good read there by Traub to snuff that one out and then have Baxter just kind of dive right on top of it.
Little score update here for our Cache Valley Utah State fans. 23-23 with 2:18 left to play. So going down right now in Vegas are the Aggies battling it out against the Rebels. But right now Utah State hockey up 8-0 here. Good try there on the cross where the Aggies, nobody home. Back up the middle, LaFontaine, right side, shot. Oh, good tip there by Baxter. Gets that one out.
Really good save there by Baxter because, I mean, he got all of that one, LaFontaine. He was able to put everything into that shot, and he just read it like a book, like you said earlier. Gets that save, puts it right over the net, manages to keep it only 8-0 at the moment.
Becerra trying to chase that one down. It will be an icing, so the Aggies will be back in their offensive zone here. 12:40 left to play, 8-0 here. Your Aggie goal leader, none other than Owen Ramsey, having 2 under his belt goal-wise here today. A little bit of a bad pass, but stays with it are the Aggies.
Yeah, Mooney couldn't quite get that one under control, unfortunately.
Becerra, nobody home for his pass there. Cross pass. Good shot, long shot there.
Oh.
Was Baum, and the Aggies still staying with it. Baum keeps it in the offensive zone. Cross up, straight down the middle, nobody, and the Wolverines are cooking down their end. Trying to get that around there were the Wolverines, unable. Rico.
He tried to get a little fancy with it. I thought he could get it, but
Straight up the middle, no shot taken, stride, shot almost. Was Mooney there, tried to swing and miss. And the Wolverines keeping the pressure on. Morris, solo cross, stick save. Oh, nobody.
that was a dangerous pass, too.
It was right into the middle of the zone, and the Wolverines are cooking 2-on-2. Keeps it on sides. Oh, swing and a miss there from Kalina. Tried to get a look, unable to find the puck. Straight up the middle. Oh, just out of reach there of another Wolverine. Kalina again bounces off of Samuels and up into the net. That puck's going to go out. Probably the stickiest spot the Aggies have been in here tonight.
I would say, yeah, that first attempt there by Kalina that he kind of fanned on, that was the best look, I would say, so far for Utah Valley in that situation. Kalina was able to get that secondary attack right there. Good save from Samuels to put it up and into the back netting. But, hey, this is some good signs of life from Utah Valley at the moment.
Staying physical on the defensive end. Utah State not slowing down just yet. Still trying to move the best they can. But Kalina doing kind of all he can right now for the Wolverines. That shot bounces off a couple of players. Nobody home. Another long shot there by the Wolverines. Merrill on that one.
Ooh, good stick poke there by Pilgrim.
Pilgrim doing his part as well here tonight. And into the offensive zone we go. Samuel way out of his crease again. Doesn't know where to go with it. Clears it out. See, that's the thing right there. You were talking about, Brian. That could be a little sticky spot, but Kale still manages to clear that one out.
Yeah.
Almost looked like it's kind of frozen in fear almost there for a second.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation. That could have come back to bite him, and luckily he was able to get that one away and get back into his crease.
The Wolverines having a tough time, though, of when they get a stick on the puck, retaining and controlling that puck. So might work in his favor as well with them not being able to get a clean shot on an open net if there were one. Swinging that out there are the Aggies, and this will probably come back as an icing. No, it will not. They will play this one. Aggies way back. Ooh, slipping and falling there. It was an Aggie. Looks like that was number 24, Dylan Walton there.
Oh, no, that's
14.
14,
See?
yeah.
These camo numbers are a pain today.
They are hard to see. The camouflage is working for sure.
Payne taking a big hit there on that far side, sticks with it. Wolverines clear that out to their men. Just bad puck management now, not able to cook down the ice as fast as they probably want to, and back into their offensive zone they go.
Yeah, Utah State still, I mean, obviously the scoreboard will tell you everything, but this is a lot better. I mean, usually in these situations where you have a lot of goals and Utah State's up by a lot, they tend to kind of turn out to be kind of boring games, but Utah Valley's keeping everyone on their toes at the moment.
Big hit there by the Wolverines trying to get that puck back, and we're back now into the Aggies offensive zone. A lot of tingle up, a couple of players hit the ice. Still super physical. Oh, what a move, and the Aggies read that one as well. Hands over the back of an Aggie, but no call there. Big hit behind the net as well. Keeping it in the offensive zone of the Aggies. Laying up some big hits. A lot of bodies flying here in these last 20 seconds. Tangled up there against the wall. The Wolverines will come out with the puck. We'll see if they can stick with it. And there's a little bit of chirping we got there on the far side. Might be, I think there's some, I think the helmets are stuck together.
Yeah. Interesting.
Joel Clark there for the Wolverines. And I'm not sure for the Aggies, but I think those helmets literally got stuck together somehow.
How would that even happen? I can't even guess. Maybe like a strap somehow got underneath, like the face mask? Unsure, but I kind of thought they were fighting for a second.
Pilgrim there on that for the Aggies. And I think their face mask probably got intertwined there on some sort of plastic part, and they were stuck together, and the officials whistled that dead. And tough break if you're a Wolverine right there, because you had an opportunity to move down the ice.
They did.
But we'll be in the Aggies offensive zone here. Aggies trying to come away with the faceoff. They're unable to. Back down we go. Moving down the ice there are the Aggies. They'll come up with it.
Yeah, Aggies not able to sleep on this defense. You know, the Wolverines are turning on the Jets anytime they can.
LaFontaine keeping that one in. Cross pass there by Ferry. Nobody home. Looking for LaFontaine. Nobody home as well. Bounces off a couple players. Free gang. Good shot there. Oh, another smoke right there we saw. And the Wolverines now moving down the ice once again. Popping that one up there.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised here. That was a big hit, and LaFontaine was calling for a penalty. Still no penalties in this game on either side.
Still none yet. Ooh, little chippy. Good move there by Free Gang, trying to clear it. And he keeps it, gives it back over to LaFontaine. Wolverines read that pass well. And here we go, Free Gang again, unable to stick with it. Aggies stay on sides. Back out to LaFontaine. LaFontaine bracing for a hit. He avoids it just barely, and he gives another hit back to a Wolverine. Officials not calling that one. Back up to the top, back to LaFontaine. He's taking a lot of hits there from Wiesenberg. Not really too happy with him right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
LaFontaine.
Free Gang gives Wiesenberg another hit, and that puck will go out into the net, and Wiesenberg on the Wolverine side taking some hits right now.
I got to wonder what the...
and he's swinging. He just took a little swing there at Free Gang.
You got to wonder what those what the words are. If only we could mic up the players as well. It'd be interesting to hear what they're saying.
I don't think it would be appropriate.
Definitely not.
To put up right now. Hockey is a fun one because you can kind of do and say as you please to an extent, obviously.
Aggies put in the veteran group, as I like to kind of think of it at the moment. Ferry with Sanborn.
Got Baum on the backside as well on defense as well.
And Mooney, I think, is on that one as well.
So mixing it up the best they can. Wolverines just trying to retain good possession of the puck right now. Not doing too great of a job. Keeping it is Baum there. And the Aggies resetting here on their offensive zone, trying to retain. Oh, good move there. Nobody on the cross, though. Great move there by Ferry. Or Zach Pierce, excuse me. That puck's going to screech a bit long. No icing is the call. Laying a big hit there is Baum. Staying with it. Oh, good move there by the Wolverines. Cross shot, and it's in the back of the net. Titan Soto. Wide open look. Gets right by Samuels' right glove.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play. The initial setup, I want to say it was Braden Murphy who had that assist. he just put everything into it. And once again, hey, as we kind of mentioned, it is 8-1, obviously. But it's 1-1 in this second period right now. Utah Valley, this is a different team than what we saw in the first period.
And we're also seeing a little bit of a different of an Aggie team as well. Slowing it down just a bit as well.
I keep dropping my pen, man. Whoa.
Did it go back here?
Logan has superpowers, and somehow my pen ended up in his hand. He's behind me. Appreciate that.
So like you said, 1-1 here in period number 2. Big hits are being delivered across both ends of the ice. And Utah State still trying to probably score some more at this rate.
That was a great team goal there by Utah Valley, and we'll see what happens as it continues onward, but this is going to build some really good confidence for this Wolverine squad.
Morris, high shot there, goes long. Aggies get it back into their defensive zone, unable to stick with it. Good return there by the Wolverines. Got to get back on sides, though, and the Aggies will have a second to breathe and retain this possession. Down the ice we go. Pilgrim up the middle, gets smoked by a Wolverine. Pokes it out there is LaFontaine. LaFontaine down the ice. Here we go. Stop, stutter steps. No cross available for him. Gifford not reading on the same page as LaFontaine, and the Wolverines still trying to cook the best they can right now. Friends gets blown up. Back we go. Morris, good move. Stuck out there, though, by the Wolverines. Good idea by him. We've seen that a few times here today. Wolverines starting to pick up on that play a little bit more than they have in that first period.
They kind of have a bit of an understanding of what the Aggies are trying to do at the moment, and they're responding well. They're kind of doubling up on Aggies' attacking players at the moment, and it's working out for them.
Working out so far. Got one goal here just a few minutes ago, but the Aggies turning up the tempo just a little bit, but the Wolverines reading that pass really well. As here we go back around there. That's going to be Weisenberg with a good read. Down the ice we go. High poke around there by Wadsworth. And the Aggies, good pass. Straight cross, near side, good move, and it's in the back of the net. None other than number 11.
Duchess with his second.
Duchess picking up his second goal. Beautiful move into the back of the net. And Baxter's taking a second down on his bottom in the net.
I think the initial assist is going to get given to LaFontaine on that one. But once again, just another really great team goal to break down the defense of the Wolverines and kind of expose the goaltender's side, weak side. They just slot it home. It was a pretty simple finish. We'll have to wait and hear from Craig Pettis to hear what that the assist was, but we'll give that to you.
Return goal for the Aggies, bouncing back after giving up one. 9-1 here, 4:50 left to play here in the barn. Good cross again, trying to hit Morris. Morris, nobody home. Down go the Wolverines, 1-on-1, and now it's 3-on-4. Cross, almost off a stick of an Aggie.
They're going to give that assist to Walton, Dylan Walton on that one.
Dylan Walton on the assist. Wolverines trying to settle in a little bit better. Weisenberg tries to bring it around. Shot misses just left. Back up. Good tapper off a few players there. Good idea for the Wolverines. Laying out a big hit there, the Aggies. Tries to swing it around again on a shot.
Ben Merrill trying to get that wrist shot off.
Colina on target, the best for the Wolverines thus far. Just laying up some big hits there is LaFontaine. LaFontaine, a lot of ice time, and as we go back down the ice, good move between the legs. Cross just misses the top. Once again, Duchess.
He wants that hat trick.
He's tried to do that same exact move he just did. Swinging around, shot. Goo, what a shot there by LaFontaine. Smoked that one. Excuse me, that was Free Gang.
Yeah.
Free Gang smoked that one.
Man.
Hit that one really hard. Baxter looking okay behind the net. A line change here for the Wolverines as they are freshly ready to go. Stretch pass up the ice. Morris crosses it back. Nobody home for the Aggies, unable to handle it there with the Aggies.
Man, what a chance that would
That was a beautiful opportunity, 2-on-1, unable to convert there. Keeping that down on the ice. Good hand block there by the Aggies. Bryant, good move, gets a little tangled up there on the near side. And the Aggies have to get back on sides now.
Man, Free Gang, he is so aggressive on offense. I love watching him play.
Doing a great job there as the Wolverines are starting to go. Bad stretch pass, and this might be an icing, and it will be. So Utah State cranking up the energy a little bit here late in the second period.
Yeah, absolutely. Utah State does, they've put up more goals than Wolverines here in the second period, 2-1 in this situation. But, man, usually, like we've stated, in the past, games where the scoreline is like this, they tend to turn out to be kind of boring. This has not been a boring period.
Yeah, trying to bring the energy to you over the stream at least, even if the game is not the most fun to watch. So we're going to continue to bring this awesomeness the best we can. That puck stays on sides there for the Aggies. Good cross. Good chip shot. Oh, poked out there by Baxter. Good move by him. And back at the top we go. Aggies resetting. Baum trying to do what he can. Trickles it in, just left. Wolverines still not attacking the best they can, and Baxter picking that out of the air. Honestly, a lucky snag there. The Wolverines not doing any sort of pressure there on the defensive end.
Yeah, Aggies kind of had anything they wanted in that situation. They could play it to any player they wanted. Got the shot off, but good reaction there right at the end for Baxter to keep that one out of the net.
Baxter snagging that one out of midair, kind of just like a baseball catcher. Beautiful move by him, reading that the best he can. The Aggies will win the faceoff again, staying in the neutral zone. Ooh. Slap shot, just right. Back up to the top we go. Bad handle is by the Aggies, and down go the Wolverines. We'll see if they can stay in control of this one here. Trying to use his skate there. Where the Wolverines, as Clark misses that one up. Tries to lay a hit there again was Clark. Far side up the middle, cross.
Ooh, wow,
unable to chip it in. Clark watching that all the way in. My goodness.
Baxter with an interesting, I think it came off of his skate. He just kind of did like that, the soccer player, how they'll like chip the ball up to themselves and start juggling. He kind of did that with the puck there and just snagged it right out of the air from Ferry. That was kind of awesome.
Ferry trying to pick up another goal as well. One of another Aggie goalkeepers goal players. Goal scorers, yes, thank you.
You're good.
With the one goal here tonight. And we are cooking as well. Back in the neutral zone go the Aggies. Struggling to get on his feet there was Morris.
Happy to see some of these younger players getting a lot more reps. I mean, you see the score line at this point, but happy to see like Morris, Duchess, Mooney, seeing a lot more ice time than I remember seeing them in previous games.
Morris intercepts that pass, gets it back over to the neutral zone. Here's Morris again. Off a Wolverine, trying to stick that one. Was Wallace unable. Wolverines now in possession. Samuels pokes that out to the right, elects to continue playing. 1:20 left to play here in second period.
Ooh.
Off an official, tough break for the Aggies here. And the Wolverines in a position to make something happen if they want.
Ooh, good chance here
good
for Wallace.
Good chance. Here we go. Wallace down the middle, around the right side, into the left, and it's in the back of the net. Wallace picking up a first goal for him tonight.
Man, he loves to turn on that speed. Like I mentioned in the first period, with the absence of Luke Anderson, someone has to step up and play that speedster role. And to me, I've been noticing Jack Wallace really turning it up and taking this opportunity to make a name for himself. And I think in that moment right there, Jack Wallace did exactly that. Turned up the heat, got the goal, and is rewarded for it.
Wallace did what he did what he needed to do. The official distracts LaFontaine just a little late to that one, as we will stay in the neutral zone here. All the Aggies get back on sides. And here we go. Stretch pass intercepted well, but given right back to the Aggies. And here we go. Behind the back pass there. Nobody home. Tangled up here against the wall as Wallace. Wolverines just trying to do anything they can. Oh, big open ice hit there.
Saldana not afraid to be physical.
Here we go. Shot off the back of an Aggie, off back of Walton there. Players hitting the floor on that back side. Ooh, big hit there. We'll see. A little slow to get up there was an Aggie. We'll get that number for you here momentarily. Pass down the ice. The Aggies try to settle in now into their offensive zone. They can get retention of this puck, and that will do it here for the second period. And honestly, a little bit different than what we were expecting coming into this. Still getting 3 goals under the belt, outscoring the Wolverines 3-1, but You know, they kind of came in a little slower and then cranked up the heat once the pressure started coming on from the Wolverines.
Yeah, I think they didn't necessarily expect the Wolverines to come out as physical as they did. And, I mean, they paid the price in a way. The Wolverines, obviously, they still scored 3 goals in the period. So, I mean, once again, the scales are still tipping in favor of the Utah State Aggies, but happy to see Utah Valley competing still. Putting that goal on the net, that's the hardest thing. Getting that first goal breaks the ice, pun intended for sure, but breaks the ice, and we'll see what happens. And like to see in the third period that they continue to compete, because once again, we don't want this to become a very boring game. I enjoyed that second period. I like seeing both teams compete.
A lot of fun, making it fun where we can. And, you know, Cale Samuels, I'm sure, yeah, good if you're a Wolverine, but if you're Cale Samuels, you're wanting a shutout, a big donut up here, a big scoreless draw for him. And unfortunately, that will not happen here tonight. But when we come back, we will have third period action. Utah State now leading the Wolverines 10-1 after 2 periods. And we'll see what else our story has written when we come back. And welcome back in here to Logan, Utah. Utah State UVU battling it out here, not really in the barn here in Logan. Jacob Pitcher with Brian Kirk with you here live. Thank you so much for joining us. Might have saw our intermission graphic, but 10-0 here, or 10-1, excuse me, here beginning period number 3. Brian, this game's just been crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, a tale of 2 periods so far. I mean, Utah State came out in the first and really put a number on the Utah Valley, scoring 7 goals unanswered. And went into the period feeling pretty good about themselves, came out, scored another one, but not before Utah Valley could battle back and get one of their own. So, as we stated, I mean, the goal line or the score line itself is staggering in favor of Utah State. But Utah Valley looked like a very different team in that second period. And I think, despite what the scoreboard says, Utah State needs to make sure that they keep control of this game. Otherwise, Utah Valley is going to have more opportunities.
Yeah, Utah Valley had a little stint there where they had, possession of the puck more than the Aggies, a little bit more momentum in a sense, but not enough to get more than just one up on the board. So Utah Valley had a massive mountain to climb up here in period number 3. Bunch of goal scorers here tonight. We'll highlight 2 of them. Owen Ramsey and Jared Dutches both have 2 goals to their name. Looking for that 3rd goal to make it a hat trick here for the remainder of tonight. We will see if they are able to pull it off. I have a feeling they might have a chance.
I think they will as well. Dutches, he's been all over the place. I mean, and Ramsey for that matter. They've both been all over the place. So I think it's very possible we could see maybe a double hat trick tonight. That would be something special.
2 hat tricks for the Aggies would be huge. We've been reading some of the comments. Somebody said looking for 15. Somebody's looking for 20 goals even here tonight. We'll see what's possible. 5 is definitely doable. 7 in the first, 3 in the second. And the Aggies, obviously, sportsmanship-wise, not giving it their all in that last one as well. So we will see what kind of hockey we're going to be having here. It stayed clean enough. The officials are now talking to the UVU side and not 100% sure why, but they've got the people and the personnel out there chatting it up.
Yeah, talking to their coach. His name's Zeph Fergerin. And I'm going to get that name wrong. He pronounced it to me, and I couldn't understand him 100%. But he was a nice guy taking over for this Utah Valley Hockey Club that is going through a bit of a rebuild at the moment. But good to see him going. It's good to see him get a goal on the board. We'll see what happens in this third.
Rebuild indeed, and UVU will win this faceoff here in their own defensive zone, and the Aggies will take it right back. Straight up the middle. Good move there, and a shot not able to find the back of the net. Dude,
That's
these
Dutches again right there.
Dutches again. These numbers, man, they're
tough to see.
Extremely hard to see, guys,
Very
here
hard
today.
to see.
And even if you knew the team, it would still be a rough one.
It's very funny because it's camouflage and it's working.
The color works well with the color we have. Oh, and that will be a. I guess we'll have to retreat back here as the Wolverines are flying down the ice here, trying to get something going here early in this third period.
High pressure there again, once again.
Wolverines able to stick with it. Good cross, whiffed it again. Shot just left. But the Wolverines not letting up here now.
Yeah, that was Kian McDermott on that shot right there. It was good. He had some real power against that shot, and it just goes wide.
Kalina keeping the pressure on the Wolverines. Up to the top, and mishandled again by Traub. And there's a little bit of a mix-up. Wolverine does a front flip.
Another interesting fact, once again, we haven't had a single penalty this game.
Yes, nobody has gone to the box, which is a good sign to how clean this game's been. Hasn't been too chippy either. Kel Samuels stays relatively well inside of his crease. Cross, stretch pass, sticking with it now with the Aggies. Down the ice they go. Between the legs. Right side blocked there by Baxter, excuse me.
That was Ramsey trying to get that third one.
Ramsey styling it between the sticks there.
But
using
I
his stick,
I think Baxter, he's had a couple looks just like that going to the back of the net, so maybe he's learned from his lessons on those ones.
Yeah, being patient, sitting back, not being baited by those there. And the linesman will call offsides there on the Aggies, so it will be a neutral zone faceoff now.
Both teams having a couple of exchanges here. Utah Valley having a great shot on goal there, and Ramsey having his good attempt there against Baxter. Bit of back and forth action here, just under 2 minutes into this third period.
At this point, the Aggies had 2 goals in 3 minutes in that first period. So, again, a little bit slower, which we do understand late in this one, sportsmanship-wise. Wolverines behind their own net, trying to clear it out, but the Aggies all over that one. Ramsey fighting it up against the ball there. Coming away with it is LaFontaine. LaFontaine cross to Ramsey. Ramsey shot off. Baxter, good read by him. Didn't get it up enough there.
Good stick poke there. Actually, that initial pass came from Ferry. I do see both Ferry and LaFontaine on here now. I can tell it's Ferry. He's a beefy guy.
And there's LaFontaine right there. Read the well on the cross pass. Aggies need to get back on sides now. They will do a little bit of a line change as the Wolverines trying now to get settled in. Cross, Aggies back on side. Here they go. Good stick poke there by Traub. And back the Aggies go their way.
Yeah, no team can seem to put together like the best of possession at the moment.
They can't shot. Oh, off the left post. Wallace trying to get another one there.
Man, he saw that one the entire way too. That was a bullet.
Here go the Wolverines, 2-on-2 down the ice. Here we go. Trying to make some moves. Good wall stand-up block there was Morris. Great to get back on defense. Here we go down the ice. Cross stretch pass here to Wallace. Wallace tries to get it back up. Tangled up a little bit down the middle. And the Wolverines will stick to it. Aggie is trying to drop back for defense. And just easily stick poked out. Was Morris. And here we go. Wolverines just unable to control the puck to the best of their abilities to try to get a shot. And they'll skate right into the linesman.
That's tough.
Yeah, you stay on sides here. Straight up the middle. Trying to get a shot. Nobody home for the cross there from Bogan. Oh, what a read. What a shot! Pilgrim takes it himself, swings all the way around.
I think that's his second on the night, isn't it?
Second goal for Pilgrim here tonight and unassisted all the way through.
What a fantastic shot. Really catching that rebound and just turning. It was like in a single motion turn, shot, ends up in the back of the net. Top right corner once again.
One fluid motion there from Pilgrim. Won't call it a no-look because he had a second to look up and see that puck in that net. But still a beautiful one by him. Tegan Pilgrim, a big name here today. He's been doing a lot on both sides. And the official saying that one was tipped, so they will play on here. No icing is the call. Pilgrim tangled up there against the wall. Right into an Aggie. Took that one pretty hard there.
Yeah, it's Baum. He looks like he might have taken a little bit of pain on that one, but he's all right.
Wallace trying to get a slap shot, cross pass, unable to stick with it. Wolverines will come up with it. Trying to shoot for some reason from the blue line there is Traub. Oh, what a move there by Wallace as well. Gets, big hitting up against the wall. Not letting things, 12 versus 12 there on the wall. And the Wolverines will come up with it. Again, trying to stay in control with the puck. And onside is the call. They are still cooking, unable to come up with it, and that puck will fly up into the net.
Yeah, Kalina turned on the Jets there, was able to get past a couple Aggies. But doing everything by yourself doesn't always work, and you couldn't get that last attempt off. But a little bit of danger from this Utah Valley University Wolverine squad.
Not letting up there. They are still fighting. 15-11 left to play. It is not a running clock with them being up by 10 here. So
yeah, I wonder where the distinction is on that, because sometimes they'll do that and it will be about this kind of a deficit, but I wonder when that'll happen.
Usually about 10 is when that will happen, but I wonder if it's, maybe that's what the officials were talking to the coach about. See if they want to do a running clock there. For the Aggies, though, you want to get as much as you can up here. Oh, good look down the middle. Nobody home there for Walton. Tangled up a little bit. Puck is cleared out of the offensive zone there for the Aggies. Trying to stay in possession. Clears it. Fighting for it. And the Aggies will come up with it. Ooh, good pass there up high to Dutchinson's. Dutches trying to find someone. Calling for it on the backside. Back to Dutches. Ooh. Oh, almost a little pinball goal there. but Baxter read that well. Not letting up now is Byan. Byan still staying with it. Good control. Finds a skate, though, of Wolverine. The Wolverines going now. Good poke out. Straight to Samuels. Samuels just hits that one out. Doesn't have to do too much on that save.
Good awareness there by Samuels, not committing too far out of his box and just shepherding it away, keeping the danger away from himself.
LaFontaine takes a big hit around the corner. Pokes out there, though. Poked out there. Saldana trying to join the score sheet as well. And the Aggies need to get back on side. Pressure is coming up a little bit higher now from the Wolverines. Back getting on side are the Aggies. Here we go. Pfeiffer. Cross over to Piper again. Oh, and it's off Baxter's. Great look there. Just a little too low. Didn't get it up enough to get over Baxter.
Yeah, once again, another great play there by Utah State to set up what was a fantastic goal. And as you can see right there, Pfeiffer went back over and gave Baxter some knuckles on that one because, hey, that was a fantastic save, getting that leg pad down just in time to shepherd that one right over the bar and into the backside netting.
Pfeiffer, good look on the goal, unable to get it up and over Baxter. Baxter, great save there. 13:30 left to play. Oh, wins the faceoff, tries to get a slap shot on, unable is Free Gang.
Man, Free Gang, such a powerhouse as well on this this offensive side.
And on the physical side as he lays it hit into a Wolverine. The Wolverine still trying to cook down the ice. Met with a lot of pressure from the Aggies defensive end. Poking it out there are the Aggies. Wolverines will retain possession. Just kidding. Back on sides, not back on sides. The official.
That was a close one, too.
Little whistle happy there on that call. Looks like that was Ferry unable to get back before the official blew his whistle.
Yeah, just barely, unfortunately, couldn't get back on time for that one. As Bynum was trying to sneak his way over, but just barely. It's a game of inches in that situation.
Face-off coming here in the neutral zone. Wolverines will win it as they are pushing down the ice 4-on-1. Good hit check there by the Aggies. Kalina still trying to do his part. Good. Little fancy-smancy behind the net we're having here. Kalina not letting up the pressure, though. Kalina not letting up the pressure. Oh, that is not Kalina. That's Murphy. Murphy with the only assist for the Wolverines here tonight. Going at it. Now we're back to Kalina. Between the legs, and the Aggies read that well.
Man, Sanborn had a lot to do in that situation. He just went back and forth, couldn't get by him, but Utah State finally advancing.
Morris trying to do what he can. Slap shot blocked by Baxter, excuse me. And good read. Intercept by the Aggies. Wolverines stick with it. See, those are the things right there that the Aggies let off there. They could have easily pursued that puck, but due to this nature of this game, they decide not to.
Chance here for the Wolverines.
Not able to make that is Clark. And the Aggies come away with it.
Yeah, he takes that shot, and it goes well wide of the goal. Samuels didn't have much to do on that one, but still good chance there.
Oh, what a move there by Ramsey. Didn't have to do too much off the mishandle there by the Wolverines. And we are settled in now in some Aggie offense. Just kidding. They poked out there by the Wolverines. Still trying to find an open man. Nobody cross ice. Nobody in attendance right there. Wolverines trying.
Plenty of skating space here for Jackson Ferry.
Ferry, off a skate of a Wolverine there.
That was Kean McDermott who had that deflection.
McDermott taking a big hit there off the skate. Oh, good move there by Kalina. Kalina, man, he is playing very well here tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely been very active for the Wolverines. A name that we've been calling quite a bit. He puts himself into those positions to make a difference.
McDermott there on the physicality. The Aggies
cross-stretch
pass. Here we go, open ice. Wallace tries to get around, unable. Baxter comes out of his crease and makes a good play. Backup slap shot. Oh, off the post and off Baxter.
Man, what a good stretch pass from Ferry to find Wallace. Wallace, it was just a little too far ahead of him. He couldn't get that puck under control, but great chance there by the Aggies to add to their tally. I think it was, who was that secondary shot? Was that Gifford?
Gifford trying to finish that one off. Unable, though. And he'll be set to face off now, trying to get some more possession time now for the Aggies.
It's something that's been...
the official takes a fall. He's okay, maybe. Yes, he is. Official is okay.
We've seen a lot of officials falling down today.
Not even just falling, just kind of getting in the way here.
A little bit, I would definitely agree.
For a slow-paced game, more than we would expect at this point. Kale Samuels just slapping that one away, and this will not be an icing call. So the Aggies keeping the pressure on, trying to deliver a hit there was Pilgrim, unable. Moving down the ice now are the Wolverines. Shot, Kale blocked. Samuels, good read there. Read that like a book all the way home. And Kale, nothing but a wall here tonight. One puck through, that is all. And has been doing it whisked out behind the net and offsides. And these officials, man, they're blowing these plays dead as soon as that puck is touched. Which
yeah, Teague was definitely a few feet offsides, and it's unfortunate because you just intercept that pass by the Wolverines and catch yourself in a bad position.
Yeah, you're intercepting the passes, and you're already on the other side. So halfway through this third period, 10 minutes left to play, 11-1. Aggies getting one goal here in this one. Staying clean as can be, 2 straight periods with no penalties. And another mishandled puck there by the Wolverines.
This might be the first game I've seen 0 penalties. Like, I feel
might
kind of
have just jinxed it there.
I mean, I kind of hope I do, to be honest with you.
It's a clean game. We love to see it, and the crowd's been pretty quiet as well.
Hockey game without penalties just feels wrong to a degree. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my gosh, big hit there on an Aggie. We'll get that number for you momentarily. And, moving around and grooving, trying to go behind.
Oh, he tried.
No, it's not. LaFontaine.
What a save.
I think that hit off. That was a absolute dart of a shot, and Baxter, an absolute beautiful read there. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it looked like it went right into his chest, and he was able to just catch it and hold on to it because that could have snuck right through. LaFontaine kind of pulled the trigger on that one a little late, took a bit of a hesitation. He looked like he wanted to go for the Michigan for a second. Elects to go a little bit longer, then pulls the trigger and catches Baxter. Not off guard because he makes the save, but that was still a dangerous shot.
Great shot. Good snipe. Dutch's giving him some props after that. Beautiful save. Long shot. Ooh, off an Aggie there. Shot taken by none other than Logan Baum.
Great pass.
Good pass up the middle. Nobody not able to finish the Aggies. Slap shot by Walton, and I wonder what is happening here. Maybe just a little tangle up there. They're giving each other hugs. Great sportsmanship here today, guys.
Absolutely.
This is beautiful.
Man, if you're watching this game and you watched the Weber State game yesterday, like this is just 2 different completely teams. Like, a lot of respect between these guys.
Each other hugs at the end of that. That was beautiful. I'm tearing up here just watching that. 9 minutes left to play. And I think both sides just want to go home at this point. Ready to get this one over with. Down the ice we go. Weisenberg moving and grooving around and not passing it yet. Now passes to nobody. And the Aggies will get a stick on that puck, and that puck will stay in the possession zone of the Wolverines. Moving around there is Free Gang. Cross ice pass, staying on sides there are the Aggies, and cross shot, bang! Jackson Ferry picks up goal number 2.
I think that is Pfeiffer on that one. 29? Yeah, Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer, just kidding, picks up goal number 2 for the Aggies. No problem finding the back of that net, and it was wide open there on the right side.
It was wide open. It was just a good slotting pass over to him, and he just crushed it right into the back of the net. Not a whole lot that Baxter could do on that one.
Baxter has now allowed 7 today. Starting goalie today was Hunter Kingenmeyer, excuse me. He gave up 5 in the first 10.
Definitely.
So a little struggle on the defensive end if you are a Wolverine. And Baxter will just eat that one.
Morris kind of put some ice right into the face of Baxter on that one.
I don't think they're – I don't even know if that's chirping, if you necessarily want to call that. Chirping there. The officials are just chatting it up in between these go-arounds now. Love to have some mic'd up officials today. Tip there will not be an icing. Aggies getting back there on their defensive end.
Yeah, good read by Jackson Fair. You don't see him come back on defense all that often, so it's good to see. What a stretch pass.
Stretch pass to Pierce. Pierce flips it around. Cross attempt, nobody home there. Sanborn trying to make it happen again, just unable. Samuels out of his crease, gets back. Good read by him on the what was approaching. Switch to the right side. Ooh, good cross there, nobody home. Samuels was ready for it. And Best unable to come up and handle that one. Here we go, the Aggies moving slow but moving down the ice. Little sticks are taking up and taking a big fall there. Sanborn again. The Aggies just trying to move and groove this game. Pierce up the middle, cross. No, taking their time on the shots there was Wallace.
Oh.
And unable to handle that one are the Aggies, and Wolverines will do a full hockey line change, and
caught him on a bad
moving
moment.
are the Aggies, and they're taking their time.
Morris can't quite keep control of the puck. Man, he's had a couple good chances, a couple good looks. He just kind of loses the puck for a moment there.
I think Morris is being sportsmanlike right now. I don't think the Aggies are trying to score, even though the Wolverines are giving them, quite honestly, the most open looks I've probably seen here in the barn. Down the ice we go. Cross attempt there from Gifford. Nobody home. Still tangled up for it is Gifford. And it will be cleared out there by Pilgrim. Wallace still waiting for a look right here. Cross attempt. Ooh, tipped up a little bit there by Gifford. Wallace still with it, and the Wolverines coming up with it. Laying a blow there is Pilgrim. Pilgrim, excuse me. Here we go, back down the ice. Wallace trying to cross back to Wallace. Nobody there. Good read there by the Wolverines, getting their bodies in the way of that one. 5:47 left to play.
Yeah, we've seen the physicality really turn up here in this third period. Up by 11 goals. It's quite a bit, but the physicality is really big. Oh, and Ramsey's going to get caught off sides in that situation.
Ramsey was offsides. A little bit of frustration as well coming from Wallace. Had a good opportunity for a cross there.
Yeah, Wallace, he might want his second on the night.
Wallace already picking up a goal here today. Two Aggies still with two goals, Pilgrim and Dutchess doing what they can for what they have right now. Stretch pass down the ice. It's going to be a physical behind the net. Ooh, a little bump there. Down goes a Wolverine, and we are cooking back down the ice.
Saldana wants it.
Saldana moving and grooving, trying to find another man to finish this one off. The Wolverines pick up on him very well and break that up. But here we go, still with it. The Aggies shot wide left. Wide left there are the Aggies as we are. Oh my God, an absolute blow up there delivered by Taub to Dutchess, and Dutchess lays him back out, and Dutchess is letting him have it, and Taub is giving it back to him, and there's no whistle for that. Oh my goodness.
That was definitely a back and forth battle right there, and there's no call.
No whistle.
Moody.
Oh, Moody trying. Almost through the 6 hole was Moody there.
Wow.
And the Aggies are turning up the energy right now. They do not care after that one.
What a sequence.
Dutchess and Taub, beef pot stewing right there, and they will both come off.
Yeah, I think they both need to maybe kind of cool down for just a moment after that one. Wow, what a sequence of plays there.
Big open ice hit there by Taub, unneeded in that situation. And I think that frustration is a little bit showing now for the Wolverines, who have been a very sportsmanlike squad so far. And we are sitting now with just about 4 minutes left to play.
Someone heard me down there. They were like, it's time for a penalty. But it didn't happen.
Samuels reading that one really well. Kalina trying to just tip that up over him, but Samuels all over that one. And just under 4 now to play, 3:59 left on the clock, 12-1 Utah State. Dominance still reigning.
Absolutely. Coming down into crunch time for this Wolverine squad. I mean, once again, they've been playing for pride since midway through the first period. And, I mean, they're not giving up. I will give them credit where credit is due. Utah Valley has been competing as hard as they can this entire time.
some control issues, and just some bad bounces they've been having with the puck here today. It's kind of the ticket for them here in this one. And that puck tried to make it to the net, goes around the backside. Aggies moving slowly. I think just trying to let this game burn out the best they can, but I bet if we see another big hit, they'll turn it up like we saw right after that Taub hit there. We saw it really crank up the Aggies' energy, and they were moving, not giving any cares about the score. Oh, push into the net there was a Wolverine. Good rebound by the Aggies. Trying to stay with it, cleared out there again by Taub.
Ooh,
Great pass, shot, blocked. Baxter, good read on those ones. And a Wolverine just passed it straight into his own net.
Yeah, Free Gang is looking, begging for it actually in a way.
High shot.
I think that was Morris on that shot. Baxter saw that one the entire way, just snags it right out of the air, just like a catcher in baseball.
Read that all the way through.
Barely over 3 minutes left. Starting to see some people trickle out and leave the arena. Slowly but surely, I think the attendance has kind of shrunk.
Yeah, people have been leaving after probably that first 7-0. Good shot there by Morris again. Backside to Morris. Laying hits are the Wolverines. There's no need for that. Oh, high shot off the face mask of Aggie. Glad everybody's okay after that one. Morris reads that well out to Pierce, who brings it back into his defensive zone. Cross pass now. Back up top. Morris going for it. He just tries to make a move, makes a man miss, makes him fall. Sticking with it, though, are the Aggies. Ferry on this far side looking for it. Good long shot there by Morris again. 2 of those.
They're trying to set Morris up. I'm convinced they're trying to set Morris up for a goal. He's had a lot of good chances. They keep playing it back to him and trying to create that play for him. And he's had a couple really good looks. He just can't convert. Some of them go directly into a defenseman. Some of them just saves by Baxter. And he looks a little frustrated after it, but I think this is a good learning moment for him as he has a lot of really good touches here on this game.
Becerra for the Wolverines chirping with the captain, Zach Pierce. For some reason, all the way back to the bench, and the officials had to come over and break that up. And we are back underway. 2:20 left to play. The antagonists are off the ice. Wolverines still trying to look for something. Ooh, Morris giving a little, or excuse me, that's LaFontaine giving a little right shoulder check onto a Wolverine, and the Aggies still trying to regain that possession, moving and grooving around. Good move there by the Aggies. Down the ice we go. Down the ice we go. Down the ice we go. And, ooh, a high stick there. No call. Morris still trying to do what he can to get a goal. Not sure how many he has on this season here, Brian. But
unsure as well.
He's wanting something.
Ooh,
right up the middle. Kale comes out of his crease. Oh, and that's going to be a trip.
Definitely a
delayed
trip.
Penalty here on Utah State, and that's going to be a trip on quite possibly
Kale Samuels, I think.
I believe this is going to be on Kale.
They're gonna send someone else to the box to serve it for him, but that was definitely Kale. He stuck out that goalie stick and it just tripped someone on the way through.
Let's get a call from the official here. And with 1:30 left to play, we will get a penalty.
Yeah, we're going to get our first penalty for the first time. Utah State goes on the penalty kill. Man, we almost made it. We almost made it through. I was rooting for a penalty this whole time, but after a while it's like, oh man, we could see some history. 0 penalties throughout an entire game, but that's all right. Kale Samuels says no and sends his buddy Jackson Ferry to the box to serve it.
Jackson Ferry now in the box will serve the rest of the game behind bars as the Aggies will play on a penalty kill for the remainder of this one. And I want to be honest with you, Brian, I think that's probably the best for good practice even at this point for the Aggies.
I think so. Give yourself a chance to really buckle down on defense. Gives the Wolverines a chance to pepper Samuels just a little bit. You lock down the defense, keep them at 1 goal. That's a big success for Utah State. But on the flip side, if Utah Valley can manage to convert at least 1 goal on this power play for themselves, that's a good success for them and something they could build off of.
If they can get it in. Kale now being peppered with a lot of shots. Got that one right there. and comes up with another save right there as well. Oh, shot right into the glove of Kale. Drops that one. Wolverines looking pretty settled in now on the penalty kill. Kale coming out of his crease for that one and snags that one. He's playing well out of his crease, and if that's the way to go, it's working for him.
Absolutely. Kalina getting that shot attempt off, and Samuels coming up with the rebound and just covering it up. That's really, really good. Obviously, this is the biggest test so far for Samuels tonight, having to face a number of shots here.
Howdy Snell, number 12, been cooking right now, and that's going to be cleared out there for the Aggies. Coming way out now was Baxter. Aggies dropping back, not trying to do too much pressure up close on their offensive zone.
Final minute here.
52 seconds left to play. Wolverines trying to get one more in on that penalty kill. Long pass, nobody home for Murphy. Aggies trying to retain that possession, and they're looking just as good as they did with 5 men on the ice. Good hit there by a Wolverine, and it will go back into their possession. Wolverines, 33 seconds left. Cooking down the ice we go.
Slows it down, though. I think he could have kept that momentum going.
21 seconds remain. Good punch out there by the Aggies. And will they be able to get down the ice? They will keep it in their own defensive zone. Interesting choice there by Bine. But they'll keep it. 9 seconds. Shot blocked by Kale. And that puck will go up and go all the way out, and that will do it here in Logan.
Samuels.
The Aggies win it 12-1 in a blowout victory. Kale Samuels coming up big there for 90 seconds of a power play, only allowing 1 goal here tonight on a beautiful shot that we saw from Murphy. But a bunch of Aggies picking up a bunch of goals today. I believe that's going to be 8 different Aggies.
Yeah, let's go through them. Why not? You know, let's start it off with Duchess. Duchess scored 1, and then it went to, I want to say it was Ramsey after that. Ferry, Pilgrim, Reese Binen, Ramsey again, Pfeiffer, Pilgrim got his second, Duchess got his second, Gifford, Jack Wallace, Zach Pierce. A number of Aggies got it, and one thing I absolutely love about hockey is that no matter how the game goes, there's always a nice handshake afterwards.
Yeah, one thing about hockey, again, 8 different Aggies picking up some sort of stat for their stat sheet today, and it was a great watch if you're an Aggie fan. And that is the bounce back you need coming off that tough loss yesterday against Weber.
Absolutely. Looking forward ahead, Utah State will be playing in the Beehive Showcase next week. 4 games in 4 days. Talked with some of the players, and I asked, just the simple question, how do you do that, man? How do you play 4 games in 4 days? And they say they just love hockey so much. Titan Anderson, one of our goaltenders, our senior goaltender, said it's a tough weekend, and by those last 2 games, somehow it manages to get a little easier. But they just absolutely love the Beehive Showcase. So if you have not been to a Utah State game, or if you're looking to come to one, you're going to get your bang for your buck in next week with 4 game potentials.
4 games coming. I know at least 1 game off the top of my head going up against GCU on Friday. So a lot of big games coming up. We'll have those all here live with USU Ice Hockey on YouTube, where you're watching right here. Again, if you come back into the Eccles, we have that AM radio station, 1620. You can stream live into your ears if you'd like and choose to do so here in the Eccles.
And once again, just to highlight that once again, 1620 AM, that's a real local frequency that we can pick up here inside of the arena, so you can hear us live in the moment, no delay. And it's all thanks to our buddy Friend Weller, who is able to get that set up for us, and we're really, really happy and proud to have him as a support for us. So thank you very much once again.
Absolute legend, and the Aggies got a lot more going ahead here, and it's been a lot of fun to watch, even on one of these kinds of games here tonight. But for Jacob Pitcher and Brian Kirk, this has been a great night. Any last words? Any last thoughts?
It's fantastic. Once again, I don't want to say that we were expecting this 100%, because any team can show up and put it on and, take a game when they want to, but Utah State comes away with a victory that they wanted and needed after a very, very hard loss against their bitter rivals. But happy to see them win.
That's going to do it. We'll be back here Thursday for the Beehive Showcase here in Logan. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you next time.